Welcome, what is up? Thank you for tuning back into the Chaos Lair. Of course, I'm Chris Chaos here with the 411 Monday Night Raw edition. Going into Extreme Rules. Yes, the go home for Extreme Rules. By the way, I just want to start off by saying Happy Memorial Day, and to all of the families who have lost loved ones. There isn't anything that I can say except for thank you for allowing your loved one to defend our great country. There's really not else more than I can say. But on to the diatribe and the meaningless garbage that is professional wrestling that we all, well, at least those that are watching this video, I assume, love. Miz, I can't put Miz over enough. I've been here at this current position on the Miz for like 5 years. I just can't put him over enough because of how good he does little things. Go back and watch Miz TV, and I'll just leave it at that. The six-man, I mean, it was an okay six-man, and nothing stood out that was like fantastic or great or whatever, but I mean, it was a solid match. The Elias Sampson spot with the jobber Jack Evans, which is actually a fantastic name, Jobber Jack Evans. It's the Jobber Jack Evans. Just let that marinate for a little while, and you'll love it. The triple threat was good. I'm just kind of over multi-man matches. I also think that the triple threat should have been the end game, not the fatal five-way. Not saying that it should have been these three in particular, but maybe like Finn, Seth, and Roman, to be honest with you. That should have probably been the three guys in the match. And we can find something for Smojo and Bray Wyatt later. Or, whatever. I just think it's too much. I don't like how the match is not an elimination match, unless they've changed something. It's going to be a one fall to the finish match, which means that every guy is going to hit a finisher, and then one guy is finally going to get the win, and it's going to be planned to the T, and there are going to be so many botchy-looking things in there throughout the whole match that I'm just not going to be a huge fan of. I love Noam Dar and Alicia Fox versus Sasha Banks and Rich Swann this Sunday. I think it's a really cool idea to involve the women with the 205 guys, which is, I've always agreed that needed to be, that needed to happen. They need to intertwine, at some point. I thought it would have already happened by now, but, you know what? It happened. And, it's going down. And Sasha's going to be on 205 Live tomorrow night. So, we'll see how that turns out. The reason why she's going to be on 205 Live is they're going to try to keep people from leaving the arena tomorrow night after SmackDown, and probably trying to get some people to tune in on the WWE Network as well. It's just a publicity thing. You got to have something to get people intrigued or interested in what you're doing, and WWE thinks that Sasha will do that. So we'll see. And it just so happens to work out with the story that they're doing. So it all kind of falls in. I kind of feel like Big Cass is going to be the one that's going to be revealed as the attacker. I don't like it. I still hope that it's the Revival. I think it's too soon. I think they need to hold the tag titles. But, what are you going to do? I mean, they didn't hold the NXT titles. They didn't hold the Raw titles. And I would have loved for them, even if they didn't hold the Raw titles, to eventually go over to SmackDown as a team and either win the titles on Raw or win the titles on SmackDown just once before they split them up. Now, I've never seen Enzo and Cass as like the Usos or the New Day, like a long-term, and I mean several year long-term tag team. But I always thought that they deserved the titles just because they're so over and they're so unique, because, there is nobody like them or that does it like they do it. So, but it is what it is, and we'll see where they go. Titus O'Neil beating Callisto by pulling the tights. Classic heel. He's so much taller. And it's like, for me, it would have been so funny to see like Andre the Giant beat somebody as a heel and hook the tights. Like, it's that same thing. Like, he doesn't need to do that. Why would he do that? It's dumb. It's just funny. It's just like, oh, I'm gonna get you. And then Callisto kind of kicked out a little bit there at the end, and I thought it was funny anyway. Maybe it was just over with me. I don't know. But anyway, the Austin Aries and Jack Gallagher versus T.J. Perkins and Adrian Neville. That's right, I called him Adrian Neville. That was his given name. I'm tired of the people at WWE. You people, yes, I just hacked him. You people stealing away everybody's first name. And this time it wasn't a first name, it was a last name. You stole Perkins' last name. Now he's not even Perkins, he's just P. Hey, what's up, P? No, I'm TJP now. That's stupid. Great match, Phoenix Splash, loved it. Let's move on. By the way, Austin wins by the Last Chancery, which I always loved the name of that move. The main event was really good. I really, really thoroughly enjoyed the main event. The only two things I have against the main event is Rollins going for the Phoenix Splash after it was just used in a match, not even an hour maybe before theirs. It's the same with him using the Sling Blade and Finn using the Sling Blade. These guys need to stop using each other's moves. Somebody has to come to an agreement. I think, Seth, you get that dude the Sling Blade. Finn, you have to come up with some other kind of signature move, because Seth was here first. He gets that honor. No matter how long you used it, you were in this company. That's just like back in the day. If you went to another territory and you had the same finishing move as somebody else, you couldn't do it. If you had the same gimmick as somebody else, they might bring you in if you changed your gimmick. We like your work, but we already have that gimmick. We need something different. So you change your stuff up. You have to adapt to your surroundings. These guys aren't doing that today. I hate it. The frog splash, that Seth Rollins hit. My problem with it is, this is how the frog splash went. Stay with me here. Seth's up here, he jumps off, boom. He comes up and sells his ribs because the move hurts, which it probably does. I've never done a frog splash. I've taken a couple of them and they hurt being on the bottom. I don't know how much they hurt being on top, but anyway. Comes off, hits the move, comes up, sells for a minute, and then grapevines the leg and really sinks in the pin for a 2 count. Shouldn't have done this. What should have happened, follow me here. He comes off, boom, he hits the move. He comes off, he rolls away like RVD used to. Except RVD would hit it, because this was never RVD, that was his move. If he hits that move, unless somebody breaks it up, nobody kicks out of that move, because he protected that move, and that's what needs to happen. That needs to be a special move that Seth Rollins only uses in special situations to really put the nail in the coffin and put the match done with, you know. So Seth comes off and hits it. He should roll over, sell, and then crawl. Not, and he ain't got to be slow. He can just crawl over and just throw an arm over. Maybe put some of his body weight on top of Roman's. 1, 2, Roman kicks out. Okay, the move is protected then. Then people don't think, oh, that's just enough. It's the psychology behind it. Now, I know that some people will say, but it's, it's all a work anyway. But there's magic behind the work. Magicians, that's all a work too. I mean, nobody really saws the lady in half. But I guarantee you that if another magician was sitting in the crowd and watched the magician do it wrong, he'd point it out. With that being said, great finish. I have no problem with it. And we'll just see how Sunday goes. Now, the whole "this is your life" Bayley thing, I think the general consensus, and I don't foresee too many people disagreeing with me, was horrible. It was bad. It's very bad. And whoever idea it was, I don't even like the fact that they did it, to be honest with you. But then the fact that they did it so horribly, I can't crush the WWE for trying something that was once over, and still is, by the way. I mean, that "This Is Your Life" Rock, that segment is still one of the most talked about segments of Monday Night Raw. It goes up there with like the beer truck and then later the milk truck. That was something that was redone, that was done really good. Austin comes in, sprays beer. A couple years later, Kurt Angle comes in with milk and sprays milk. It works. "This Is Your Life." And I think it was done not too long ago. And that was, could have been 5 years ago. I can't remember when it was done. But they did something very similar. And even, I don't remember that being as bad as this. My memory's kind of foggy. I have had a couple of concussions in my life. So, I'm not as sharp as I used to be. But anyway, that didn't make me want to see. It didn't hurt me wanting to see the match this Sunday, but it sure didn't help it at all until the end. The segment was just too long and too unorganized. What I mean by that is, if you're going to have extras in there, you need to make damn sure that those are going to be people that can get the lines right, get the attention to detail on the lines right. The delivery has to be perfect. It has to be on point in that situation. This is live TV. There are no retakes. You will get crushed by wrestling fans. With that saying, Miss Flapper's over with me. Now trending still. # Miss Flapper. That's all I've got. Make sure to follow me on the Twitter box at The Answer Chaos. If I can talk, maybe I'm slurring my words now. I am not drunk. That you know of. I will see you guys tomorrow night. Before that, make sure to like this video, subscribe to me if you haven't already, for all of my brilliant knowledge that I bring to you weekly. And leave a comment. And like the video. Or dislike the video. I don't care. Do something to show me that you care. Because I just want people to care. Now, with that being said, that's all I've got. Deuces. As always. Because, you know what? Why not? I'm Chaos and you're not. We'll see you.